Let's move on to Diageo Plc, which is obviously a drinks business, dealing in spirits, beer and wine.
Right, so this one is London headquartered. It came from the merger in 1997 of Guinness and a booze company called Grand Metropolitan. Put all of its brands together, and the name Diageo was basically invented by some PR people. It's a combination of dia meaning day and geo meaning world, meaning you get good times from this company every single day all around the world.
You always surprise me with your trivia. The brands here are Johnnie Walker, Smirnoff, Captain Morgan Bailey's, Tanqueray, Guinness, Crown Royal and Yeni Raki.
Yep, J&B, Buchanan's, Bundaberg, Ypioca, Cacique, Windsor, Bells, Grand Old Pa.
Fang,
That's one of those.
Ciroc is a great vodka.
I didn't even know it.
Don't you know Ciroc? It's a very high-end vodka.
$71.4 billion worth of market cap. That's if you convert the pounds. It's listed principally in London into dollars.
PE 19.1 and a dividend yield here 3.75%. You know, we've already said that Anheuser-Busch is something you think you would make a long-term investment in if you had the spare dollars. What about Diageo? How does that stack up?
Well, look, I mean, it's got very, very strong brands. I think its strongest operations are Guinness, which, of course, is that brown, slightly odd-tasting beer, which is, I mean, I can't remember if I've ever drunk it, but it's very popular in Europe.
You can't say it's odd-tasting if you haven't tasted it.
It's also very, very popular in Nigeria. Do you know that Guinness is, like, huge in Nigeria?
And that's not a bad territory to be huge in, given 165 million people in
And the other huge strength, they are by far the world's largest player in whiskey, because Johnnie Walker, you know, there are all those different colors of Johnnie Walker. And that thing is huge. I mean, the Keep Walking marketing campaign has been enormous. Then they own J&B and Bell's and like basically dominate. They've even got some whiskey specialist brand like Lagavulin and so on, which people think is, you know, a single malt.
While you go on about their brands, I would like to have a look at that share price graph.
Yeah, good
now,
point.
by association, just in terms of the fact that we've got this big corporate deal on the table, will other shares in the sector receive a boost?
That's a good observation. That is indeed what happened, although you can see there at the end, this is a 5-year chart, so it's not all that visible, but there has been a little bit of a pickup because people are rethinking the merits of these big global companies with their global reach and their ability to turn on all sorts of different margins and mobilize and do things. So we don't see Diageo in our market that much from a beer point of view because Guinness is fairly small, although they do have an economic interest in Windhoek through Windhoek Lager and the brand house development here. But they are enormous, of course, in a country like South Africa with Johnnie Walker and these other beer brands. Smirnoff, of course, you know.
So I've got spare dollars, let's say. Do I go into Diageo?
It's certainly one to consider, and you could buy them either in London or you could buy the ADR in New York. It's certainly got to be up there.
Is it hot?
Pretty good.
Does it translate into a hot?
I think so. Why not? Consumer brand company hasn't done all that much for the last year or two or three. Looks interesting.
And the sector as a whole right now is an area of interest. As we said earlier, by association, we've seen a pickup in Diageo.
Good.